Hey guys, what is up? What am I saying? Trying to switch up the intro here and it's not happening. Hey guys, welcome back. In today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how I created this look using the new Urban Decay Basquiat collection. I created this look on Instagram Live the other day, but of course it disappeared and I really fell in love with the look. Plus it was for a photo shoot, so there will be some photos, some professional photos coming eventually. So I was like, you know, you have to have a tutorial for this look. Plus I want you guys to get a closer look at the Basquiat collection because I think it's an absolutely beautiful collection. This is the vault right here. I'll show you guys what's inside of it in just a moment and go over all the details, swatches and all that good stuff. I'll include prices and things like that in the description box because I'm the worst at that in like release dates. So make sure to check the description box for all the information on the collection itself. And if you guys are interested and want to see how I create this look, just keep on watching. All right, so I thought I would try something a little different today since the focus is on the actual color and the Basquiat collection. So I've already done my base. This is my go-to foundation routine. I do have a video on it, but in case you guys are curious, I will link it in the description box as well, which products I used. But let's go ahead and get started. So this is the Basquiat collection right here. I believe this is what they are referring to as the vault. So it comes with everything. In here you have 2 eyeshadow palettes, 3 eyeliners, 3 lipsticks, and a face palette, which is like a blush and contour and highlight palette. And what I am really digging about this collection is obviously all the artwork on here, especially this one right here. I absolutely love this. But they did something really unique with the eyeshadow palettes. One is like your typical eyeshadow palette where it opens up this way. And this is the more colorful palette. And then the other palette opens up vertically like this, which I really love. So I'm mainly going to be using this palette for the eye look, but I'm also going to use a little bit of the brighter blues from this palette right here. So I'm going to start with the eyes first, and I'm going to begin by priming them using the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion in Eden. This is not a part of the Basquiat collection, but just thought I would give you that info. And when I'm feeling kind of lazy, I usually just blend my primer out with a beauty blender because I just feel like my finger takes a really long time sometimes. This primer is especially tacky, so I'm just going to set from the brow bone down to the crease for easier blending, and I'm going to use the same face powder that I used to set the skin, and that's the Candle Glow Sheer Perfecting Powder by Mercier. I'm just going to use a little kabuki brush to press it in. And the first color I'm going to be using is Influence, and I'm going to pack that onto the lid while the primer's still a little tacky. It's like a really pretty true bronze eyeshadow, more towards the cool side. And I'm just going to pack it onto the lid. I guess it's more like a taupey bronze when you look at it. Now that I'm applying it. Really deep bronze. I will say these shadows, I have played with them previously because I'm doing a look, or the look that I wore to the photo shoot with Urban Decay, and I will say they are super pigmented. Even when I did the Instagram Live, everyone's comments were like, whoa, those are crazy pigmented. And then I'm gonna slowly blend this eyeshadow out into the crease. Again, I'm using my favorite Linda Hellberg brush, or LH Cosmetics. This is the 304 eyeshadow brush. Her brushes are just so soft, so soft. They don't tug on the skin, so they're great for blending. The next color I'm going to be using is Not For Sale, and this is a really rich, warm brown. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this to the outer V and then blend it into the crease. And when I already have my base on, my technique to not get a lot of fallout is to pat the shadow into the area that you want it and then blend. So that way you're not aggressively dusting the shadow everywhere and getting it on your skin. But look at how rich that color is, so pretty. And I just want to say, you guys, while I'm blending in this eyeshadow, I know that this collection is sort of a sensitive topic for some people because for those of you who don't know, Basquiat did pass away a while ago, a long time ago actually. And people feel as if this is taking advantage of his estate and of his art. But I feel like we should just appreciate the collection for what it is and celebrate him and his life and his art versus seeing it as shame on you for creating a collection around a deceased artist. So I just wanted to say that because I have a feeling the comment section might be flooded with some people who feel differently about this collection, if you know what I'm saying. So once I've applied that, I'm just going to take a large blending brush, as always, my Smith 232, and I'm just going to further blend out the edges. I'm going to move on to the lower lash line next, and I'm going to start by using the 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil. This is in the shade Vivid, which is the bright blue from the collection, and the 24/7 Glide On pencils are amazing, both the eyeliners and lip liners by Urban Decay. So good, and these are no exception. They're super pigmented. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this along the lash line to just make the blues that I'm going to apply to the lower lash line really pop. So as you can see, I'm not applying it to the waterline, even though I might place it there later. I'm just running it along the actual lash line. And then on top of that, I'm going to apply Untitled from the other palette. This is the deeper shade of blue. I'm just going to pack that on top of that eyeliner. Next, I'm going to be using the navy blue from the other palette. This is called, I'm going to butcher it, Pseudonym. Did I say that right? And I'm going to apply that to the outer V on the lower lash line and on the upper lid. And then I'm just going to grab a blending brush and add some more to that outer V on the lid. And again, just grabbing that same blending brush I was using earlier and blending out the outer corner. And I'm also going to use a little bit of Sucker Punch to transition the navy blue into the bronzy color on the lid. So just right here, since it is a darker shade of brown. And then I'm just blending into the crease again, deepening up the blue. And then I'm going to repeat the same thing on the other side. And also before moving on to the other eye, I'm picking up some more of Not For Sale and just blending around the edges to bring back some more of that warmth. I'm going to stay on the eyes for just a second because I'm going to be using the blush palette. Didn't I call it a face palette earlier? I'm going to use the blush palette. I'm going to use the highlighter, Now's the Time, to highlight the inner corners and the brow bone. And you guys, this highlighter, I don't know why it doesn't look intense in the palette, but it really does on the skin. So I'm going to apply it to the inner corners first and then the brow bone. But look at that. And I always like to sweep my brow bone highlighter onto the temples, doing this little motion. So I start here and then go up. I don't know, to me it just creates a really nice effect. And this is why I don't do brow gel until later, because I usually get the highlighter in my brows and I need to remove it later with the brow gel. So now I'm just going to go ahead and highlight the rest of the face. I'm going to apply this to the high points of the cheeks, bridge of the nose, Cupid's bow, chin. And then I'm also going to use Jawbone as my blush. At first I thought it was a bronzer, but it could be a blush since it is a blush palette, but bronzers are often included in blush palettes. For me, if I were to use this as a bronzer, it would come out too muddy, but just a pinch of it on the cheeks will look pretty as a blush. So I'm going to go ahead and do that really quick. I went in a little too hard with the blush, but it's okay. I can just blend it out with some powder in a bit. That same face powder I used on my brow bone, I'm going to use it to tone down this blush. But isn't it funny? It looks completely brown and like it would be like a muddy bronzer on my skin, but look at how it reflects on my skin tone. So pretty. Just needs to be toned down. And also whenever anything is looking too intense, I just grab a large fluffy brush. This one's by La Mer. And I just lightly sweep in circular motions across the entire face. Just kind of tones down the look of the highlighter, the blush, the bronzer, and melts everything together. The headband is out, which means I'm going to use a setting spray. I'm going to be using the Urban Decay Chill Setting Spray. And then I'm going to pop on some lashes and come back to do the lip. I popped on a pair of lashes and changed into the shirt that I had on the day of the shoot. I really love it because the color says I regret nothing. I'll link it also in the description box. So now on to the lip, and I'm going to do this amazing lip combo that one of the artists that was there the day of the shoot did on my lips, and that was the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Lip Pencil in Broken. I don't know how or why I didn't already own this one when I feel like I own all of the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On lip pencils. And then the lipstick from the collection that I'm going to be using is Abstract, which is a cream. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply these two. Also, the lip liner is not a part of the collection. Alright guys, that completes the look, and in case you're wondering how to prevent makeup around the neck from getting on your white shirt, it is virtually impossible. I thought I nailed it, and then I took this shirt off and there's literally bronzer and foundation all on the inner part of the collar. It's hard because you want to blend your makeup down, but it's hard to avoid. Even when I set with translucent powder all across, it still happens. So for those of you watching, if you have a solution for that, let a girl know in the comment section. And now I'm just gonna go ahead and swatch some of the other colors that I didn't use on my face. Again, this collection is absolutely beautiful. Everything is super pigmented, and I really love the fact that there is color and neutrals within both of the eyeshadow palettes, because I feel like when you think of Urban Decay, you think of color, but not everybody wants to do color. Some people are more neutral, but they want little pops of colors. So I think the color combinations were just perfect. As always, make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys. Oh wait.